Hello, this is SKYSKI Coach-ing again, and now I want to introduce our channel and our space and our lab, Optimal Mind. So we live in suboptimal world, and in that suboptimal world we need optimal mind to not just to survive and have some sort of good situation, but to thrive. And that's really our goal, to thrive. So we titled our work Optimal Mind with a subtitle, The Science and Art of Great Life. By great life we mean abundant life, good life, full life, fruitful life, healthy life, meaningful life. So we will apply science, because science is often not applied or not used correctly to apply to normal life and career and everything. We will try to apply the science in the artful way, so our individual lives, our group lives, family lives, organizational lives get better. And we are against what we talk chicken paradigm. And chicken paradigm is a limited perspective of a chicken that has been put in a small cage, in such a small cage that he cannot even straighten up. So his head has to be low down all the time in order not to hit the wires of the cage. And it seems many of us got into this situation, at least in our minds, that we are somehow, as I say in my books, surrendered to these negative situations and suppressed by the unoptimal world. And so our goal is to turn this around, because if you are one of these chickens, as we observed, because actually we went to one of those chicken farms and we looked at the poor life of their chickens. We cannot do anything about it, but hopefully this will improve also. These chickens, by having to live in a very confined and small space with many other chickens, and by having to bend their head down all the time, which happens with our phones actually right now. This is a little bit of a side metaphor. So we have, as people, we have false perception of reality. And we base this perception of reality on just our immediate surroundings, which means the small cage we are in. Sometimes it's a golden cage, but it's still a cage in many cases. And this perception of reality is shaped by the other chickens we are in the cage with, and whatever is going on with the chickens, and whatever food we can get. And of course we fight, we quarrel, we get frustrated, all that is happening. And in the end, we have less and less energy. And this is what I'm working on and writing in my books too a lot, how to maintain our energy. So the Optimal Mind station will be about finding this golden middle between the science and art, between the science and its application, because science does not matter if it's not applied, and if it's not applied consciously and with goodwill. And so first of all, what we are for. We are providing the space for you. We will be doing lots of recordings, but then we'll have lots of discussions also between each of you. We are providing the space to open your mind, to refresh your mind, and to imagine new futures. We also will encourage you to develop metacognition, which is to recognize much more than you have seen and felt and heard so far. We have coined the expression shallow me. So the shallow me sees just your cage and just your own problems, and it's a regressive me. It's a regressive I. Rather than the regressive I, we will concentrate on developing your essential I, your higher self, your true self, which is progressive. In other words, growth mindset rather than the regressive fixed mindset. This is very popular now among trainers, but this is just the beginning of this revolution of growth mindset versus fixed mindset. But I prefer essential me versus shallow me. And we also want to help you to stop projecting your own understanding on others, your own rights or your own state of being right on others, because everyone is in a different situation and everyone sees, especially their lives, but the situation, any situation, with different eyes from different perspectives. So we'll encourage you to just see many more perspectives. And in general, we would like to increase consciousness of every person and the groups, of course, and stop a lot of people with fixed mindset. And it's not like you have fixed mindset or growth mindset. There are different moments. In some moments you have fixed mindset, or in some areas or in some understandings of your life you have fixed mindset. In others, hopefully you have the growth mindset. So we want to help you to stop excusing yourself from growth, because it's so easy to, oh, I know this, I know how to do this, I've been there, I've done that. So we want to reduce the number of excuses you have for growing and developing. And in general, we are praying for well-being of all beings, because we hope this world will become more optimal, and it all starts with each of our minds, from making each of our minds more optimal, and therefore our lives more optimal, more successful, more fulfilled, more with more satisfaction. And I joined Optimal Mind because I am a writer and speaker, and I'd like to express myself in this station even more. I teach leadership at Executive MBA at a university, but also I'm very connected to physical world, my body. I am an alpinist, long time alpinist. I'm a swimmer, I'm a kayaker, so I love the outdoors and I love to check whatever I'm saying and experiment with myself in a real world of nature, an outdoor world. And that's why from this experimentation, this curiosity, comes my profession, which is executive coach or leadership coach or team coach, all of them. So we will try to bring you a balance, as we say, a golden middle balance, so you avoid being in the chicken paradigm and you move to new, beautiful, much more optimal futures. So join me on this station, join me in this laboratory of human mind, and not just mind, because we will be talking about everything that mind affects. So it's a holistic approach. So body, mind, spirit, of course, all of that, emotional life, because it all affects our mind, or our mind affects that, and in the end we live in individually, we live in suboptimal worlds. So keeping my fingers crossed for all of you, and I hope you keep your fingers crossed for us too. Thank you.